so we're heading outside. You can see Bee running free out there. It is like a gorgeous day out. And if you see off in the distance over there, we're getting a little fire started. Let's see if you could see it. It's away in the distance, like up over here. But Remy and I are in here. Okay, it's one of those days. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. Remy is a little cranky, which happens. He said it was because we're not prepared to have a pipe ceremony, which there's nothing to really prepare. We have everything that we need. He's just cranky panky. So I'm hanging out with B. He just went back inside to grab something. So it's a beautiful day out. We are getting a fire started, but the wood and the logs are still frozen, so we're really trying to get it started. But we have a couple of despacho ceremonies that we had that we are going to offer to the fire. And then from there, we are actually going to have a pipe ceremony. And I know we've kind of talked about both of those on previous episodes that we've had. But this is kind of what the behind the scenes looks like after that. I know you guys saw us having the actual despacho ceremonies when we had the mesa feeding, and I've talked quite a bit about the pipe ceremony. So once Remy gets back, we'll kind of share a little bit more information. But right now, honestly, just enjoying this beautiful day.
So Angelica has already said what we have going on. My father is getting his despacho, and Angelica has some despachos that she needs to burn. Beatrice the pup is running around having the greatest time of her life because we have 3 acres out here. What dog's not going to love that? I am getting my pipe ready. Angelica, I've talked about this before, how Angelica has some of my gifts, so she had a dream about both of us smoking my pipe. So we are going to have a ceremony right now. This is a very secret tool. It's not something that we show people, so it will not be shown right now, but we will talk about it a little bit. Right now I'm getting everything set up and ready, so all of my tools, all of my stuff is out. I'm not going to show that. Here's B. The sun is out. It is still cold, but we are going to have a quick little ceremony. I have a public pipe, which means it takes a lot of tobacco, but we are going to not compact it as much so that both of us can smoke it comfortably. The baby is down for a nap, so we got to be not quick, but also efficient. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we are going to get this going. I'm going to pass this over to Angelica right now to see if she has anything else to say, but I have to get started. So here you go.
You guys already heard from me, so we will report back once we're done.
Ooh, so we are making dinner right now. It is Monday. Angelica just handed me this. Turn this around.
Mama.
We got ourselves a visitor. Hi, Bubbies. Oh, yeah, you got your stuff on the floor. We're toasting up some bread to go with our beans. This is cannellini beans, onions, garlic, sauce, spinach, and we do one of these. Wow, that's fantastic. So we're gonna finish. Oh, you put garlic on here?
Yeah. So this is a.
Hold on.
In Spain, they have this bread that they serve. I'm sure many people have had it, but it comes with every dinner. And you have a garlic clove, some toasted bread, and some tomatoes. And you take the garlic and you rub it really hard on the toasted bread, and then you put the tomatoes on it, and it's their signature thing from Barcelona, from Spain, really. So that's what I'm doing.
We're so cultured here. I mean, it's Italian stuff, so it's all gonna have sauce and cheese and garlic, and it's absolutely delicious. So
let me get this one, okay?
Baby's a little hungry, also. Actually, I don't think she's hungry. She's
She wants to help. Yeah.
She wants to be held. Isn't that right, Violet?
Say hola.
And she wants to always grab the camera and whatever we're holding. So, yeah, we're gonna finish this up. We're gonna sit down and eat. In the last scene, we just had our pipe ceremony. We finished that up. It went very well, but it's getting very cold, and I believe we're gonna get snow soon, like within the next hour or so. So we finished that up pretty fast, and yeah, now we're in here getting cozy. Gonna get some food and relax. So we will update you guys a little bit later.
So we are headed to Dick Ponds. Dick Ponds?
Yeah.
Dick Ponds. I don't know, I love the name so much. He was a runner, apparently. But we went here actually for some Christmas presents. It's in St. Charles. It was by our old apartment. And we went there for some really, really cool socks. What are they called?
Darn tough socks.
Darn tough socks. They're like lifetime warranty, right?
Yep.
They're amazing. We got them for my brother-in-law, and then Remy and I got some pairs. But anyways, when we were in there, I noticed that they actually have a run club, and also they have great running items and shoes. And the shoes that I've been running in, I always get fit. If I'm doing any distance, any running really, particularly distance, I'm always going to get fit for the shoes that I need. Right now, I've been using New Balances. I'm not super crazy about them, but also I had gotten these shoes before I had Violet. So your feet change a lot when you have a baby. So I want to go get refit and actually go back to, I can't think of the brand that I used to use. I have to look it up right now, but they were my favorite shoes. They have a really wide, width to them, so it's really good for like stability and really long distances. They're regular running shoes. You guys would know the names if anyone's a runner out there. I just can't think of the brand. So we're gonna go in now and we are gonna check it out, and hopefully I find a pair. I'm not really like ready to buy them yet, but I do want to take a peek and see what feels good on my feet now postpartum. You wanna say hi?
Hey, we're not there yet, but there's a Play It Again Sports. And I was gonna say, do you want to stop by there, because you can get like 10 tennis balls for like $1, and we use that for Beatrice. And I think we're like down to just the one and like a couple of broken ones. So do you want to go and do that afterward?
Yeah, possibly.
All right, so
we might do that too, and maybe get a little Starbies while we're over here, because we've been. No, we're not getting Starbies.
We're not getting Starbies.
We're not getting Starbies. Never mind. Okay, I'll show you what we find. talking about it. Those are the shoes I used for years when I ran the marathon and a couple other half marathons. They were like my all-time favorite shoes. I was just saying to Remy, I still don't know how I got into New Balances, but it is what it is. But I'm glad that I went back because I did go up an entire shoe size after like being postpartum. So I actually went up to an 8.5 from a set of an 8.5. So, which makes sense as to why my shoes were not feeling super great recently. So I'm glad that we went in. Remy, how was your experience? Interesting?
It was alright, yeah.
He didn't know this was a thing. I'm like, they're probably going to make me run on the treadmill to see how the shoes fit. He's like, what? You have to prove you're a runner? I'm like, nah. It's like, sometimes they make you hop on to make sure that they feel good running. So I'm excited.
They tell you to do a marathon. They're like, now you gotta do a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
They track your mile.
Oh, God.
What is your speed?
My speed?
What is it called?
I can't think of the word. I can't think of it now. Our brains aren't working. We're heading to the grocery store now. And hopefully to eat lunch soon because it's been a long morning. Great morning, just a long morning. So we need some lunch.
So it snowed yesterday. We closed down everything. A lot of people closed down everything. It was a snow day yesterday. We were supposed to get like 6 inches of snow, but as you can see, I think we got like 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure we got 2 inches, and then it snowed another inch or inch and a half last night. So yesterday we didn't do anything. Good morning. We gotta eat some breakfast. How did you sleep, babe?
I slept very well.
Good.
I went to bed at like 7:30.
Yeah, finally went to bed a little early. Angelica opened up all these curtains. So it is just beautiful out here. Yesterday, since we didn't have anything, we just stayed home and decided to just take it easy. Watched a movie, made some food. Angelica was in a lot of discomfort from the gym, so all of her muscles were very achy, and my hair looks crazy this morning. What's up, Freddie? We didn't record anything. We literally just decided to rest. I did not sleep well last night at all, and I have to look it up because I woke up at 12:30, and I think that before that, so here, let me show you guys what this looks like on our Whoop strap. So I got 17% recovery, which is not good. 33% sleep performance. At 12:30, I just woke up and I could not fall back asleep until like 3 o'clock. Let me see. Yeah, so there it is. I was falling asleep. Something kept tossing and turning, and then boom, I woke up. And then I tried to relax, and I would wake back up, and I would try to relax, and then something would happen. So yeah, I'm exhausted. Did not recover well. I have a massage appointment today. John at our shop at Healing Arts Metaphysical Center is absolutely phenomenal. He's done like physical therapy work. He just knows everything. Plus, he does integrative work, so he does massage with Reiki work, so he can also see what else is going on in your body that things might be hurting, because I have a lot of grief, so he'll find a lot of that stuck in my back, and then he helps release. I worked out last Friday, and I didn't go too hard. I was kind of gentle with it, but like halfway through, my low back was just like, you gotta take it easy. And so I slowed down even more. Because again, I'm just doing cardio right now. Like I'm trying not to do anything strength training because it kind of just messes with my lower back, and that's what I'm trying to fix right now with Dr. Cameron at the Hive Wellness. And my low back has been hurting for a few days now, and I was supposed to have a massage yesterday, but then the snow day happened, and I was just like, watch, it's gonna be like 2 inches. And yeah, it was. I think my appointment was at like 10 or no 1, and we could have made it. Like the snowing didn't start until around 9-10 o'clock. Not even. It started at 9. It snowed for like half an hour. We got like a thin layer of snow, and then that's it. I think it didn't start snowing again until like 2 o'clock, and I was like, I could have had a massage. So yesterday, while my back was a little sore, and Angelica was also sore, we should have recorded some filming, but we didn't. We just needed that day, and today is we're gonna start recording more today. I'm gonna definitely record more. I need to get over there, because yeah, sitting is uncomfortable right now. But I'm doing good. I'm doing my exercises. I'm trying to get everything in order. But it's breakfast time, and it's time to go eat. So let's go see what. We always cook for the baby first, and then we get our breakfast ready. But let's go see what Angelica's making. Oh, the baby wants the food. Oh, yogurt and eggs.
And butter.
And butter. Mm-hmm. Babies love butter. Alright, well, we're going to get breakfast ready, and then we will see you guys in a bit.
Good morning, everyone. It is about 5:30 in the morning, and I am headed to the gym. It's like -4 degrees out right now. It's moments like these that are just really hard to actually like get up and get moving, because I have been up since like 3 o'clock, and it's actually a full moon, so I'm gonna see if you can actually see the moon. I don't know if you can. There we go. But this morning there is a window right behind me as I'm sleeping, just like up above me, and I woke up from the moon. It was lovely. Honestly, messages were coming in. I was receiving healing. It was a beautiful, beautiful moment. But then I had to get up at, 5 o'clock to get to the gym, and it was like 3:30, 4, 4:08, 4:20, 4:30, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get up. So I'm up, I'm going in. I got off the wait list of the class because it was a full class, and then I woke up to that text message. So I got into 6 a.m. I'm heading in. Like I said, this week was kind of wonky because it is so cold out, and we got quite a bit of snow. It's not like that much, but we got a good chunk of snow, and I haven't been able to get my runs in. Normally, it's really not an issue for me to go out in the cold. I like running in the cold. I like running in the extreme heat. Honestly, it does not bother me at all. But there was something about this week that I just needed the time to kind of slow down, which is something that I'm trying to listen to. You saw that I finally went and got fitted for shoes. I still have to go pick them up because I had to get some into that location, the ones that I wanted. I think there's a coyote. Yep. Oh, yep, coyote. It's so funny. I woke up, when I was up at 3 a.m., I woke up to them. I heard them outside. You could hear them howling and things like that. So anyways, a couple of things with running. I've been enjoying it tremendously. I'm still debating if I'm actually going to run the half marathon. I'm going to keep going with the training, but what I've noticed is I have like 2 main concerns. One of them is my pelvic floor. Because of being postpartum, like 1 year, I do not want to push it, because if I don't heal that properly, I could have a lot of issues like once I get a little bit older. and I don't want to have issues when I'm older. So I'm really trying to tune in and listen to my body. And the second one is my thyroid. I went into hypothyroidism after pregnancy, after postpartum, and I've been working to rebalance my hormones since then. And with putting so much stress on my body with the running, I don't want to push that pendulum any further over into the imbalanced realm. So I actually might go try and get my thyroid levels checked. I might just go and try to get some functional medicine, some tests, and just see where things are at, because I don't want to keep forcing my body and putting more stress on it and just fatiguing my adrenals, my kidneys, and just continuing to drain like life force energy, all that stuff, and just like further damage my body and the systems. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, I've been enjoying running so much. Honestly, you guys, it really fills my cup up in ways that it always has. It always has. So if anything, I'll continue running, and I'll do like the 7K or 10K if I can't get the full marathon in. But like I said, taking it day by day, seeing how I'm doing. But right now, what I am doing, like I said, is I am heading into the gym today. It's cardio day, so it's going to be a pretty intense workout, which is totally fine. And then today I just have like back-to-back meetings and a couple of clients, so it's a pretty consistent day. I'm really looking forward to it, so I'll take you guys along. We made it. We're here. The car like just finally got warm, so I don't want to get out of it yet. But I just saw the 5 a.m.ers just finishing up, so I'll head in shortly. But I wanted to say one thing on here. I've been talking about like women's health and wellness and supporting the fertility journey and postpartum and all of that. I started on this Ayurvedic women's wellness course, and it's kind of blowing my mind. And I'm not going to talk too much about it right now. I would like to in future episodes, just because I'm geeking out on it. But something that I really was almost like grieving, or honestly really upset about, was how like none of this was taught to a lot of our parents. And this is literally no one's fault. This is a whole society. This is a whole epigenetics. And I mean, this is generations going back. This is not our parents' fault, because you can't teach something that you don't know. But in the Ayurvedic ideology, let's say, or the center of what they believe in, is to bring balance into like the well-being, balance into the energetics of the body physically and all those things. And as I'm learning about this and going back to the root cause of where the imbalances start in women's health, I'm blown away by how important and vital it is that we support our children. And it goes back to ages 0 to 16 in this case, because how we support our kids nutritionally and physically and emotionally and all those things literally supports their reproductive health. And talking about girls and women in particular, it sets up their menstrual cycle, their fertility journey, their menopause journey. It literally sets up their entire life. And I think back to how I had learned about my cycle and how it was this horrible thing, and it was a pain in the butt, and it was so painful. No one ever taught me about it. And those all being symptoms of imbalances in my body, in the energetics of my body. And there's ways to fix it, obviously, through nutrition and herbs and, mindful practices and all that kind of thing. So anyways, long story short, I'm absolutely blown away by the information that I'm receiving in that course. And I know that I've been applying it to my life now. It's only been a week, so I'm going to report back, but I wanted to share it with you guys because I do want to have conversations about this moving forward, because I feel that it's important for us to pass this information along so that we can pass it down to our children, and their health and their well-being can be, even better than what we had growing up. So that's my soapbox for the morning. beautiful day. Okay, so I just finished up the day with my clients and meetings and all that good stuff. We are actually celebrating Valentine's Day, so I'm heading to go pick up a yummy pizza that Remy really wanted from Giordano's. So we hope you guys are having a good Valentine's Day. I'm sure Remy's gonna want to share what it looks like, so I'm sure you'll see it in a minute.
Hey, how's it going? It is Friday evening. So I know I was supposed to check in Wednesday on our snow day. Since it snowed, it said it was going to snow 6 inches. We got like maybe 2 inches, but everyone closed down, so it's fine. We got to rest a little bit, but as I said before, Angelica and I are doing some healing work, and when you do healing work, a lot of emotions come up. And so the past few days have kind of just been us dealing with the things that had been coming up to the surface, working through it. We are going to take some time next week to do healing on each other. And we will bring you along for that one. So that way you kind of get an idea of what we do with our clients. But this way you'll get to see how I do my stuff, how Angelica does her stuff. Angelica had some meetings and some clients today, so she took the camera with her, which is fine. Violet and I went out on a little daddy-daughter Valentine's Day. I went to get her some gifts. Angelica also went and got her some gifts. I was going to get a bunch of items to create something, but I went to Michael. I'm going to show you guys right now. Let me flip the camera. First and foremost, we got some paints for finger painting. Obviously, for her, it's just the tactileness of playing with different sensations. And I got this guy, which is really, really awesome. It's a sensory bin. It was on sale, which is the only reason I bought it, because if I went and got all the pieces individually, it would have added up to just a little bit more than this. So luckily, Michael's was having a big sale, as they always are. It comes with this like moon sand, so it's not like sand, it's a little bit stickier. I don't know how to say it, but it like clumps really, really easily. And then it has a couple of little shells, little colorful shells, and it's got some sandcastle molds. It's got this little tube for I don't know what, and then a little shovel. I love that it oh yeah, and some stickers for her to put on there, and a little foam crab. And it all comes in this really nice wide tote, as you can see, and it's all self-contained, which I absolutely love, because I am absolutely tired of toys or products that you get and they come in this big box and then you open it and the product itself is like tiny. I think that's extremely wasteful, so I'm glad everything kind of comes in this thing, and it's also contained. Angelica got her these little cute like felt cookies that you can like decorate. Fun stuff, just something for her to like play with, because the one thing that we notice is kids just love whatever, so there's no need to run out and buy like the fanciest toys for her. And just to prove my point, I got a bunch of these, what are these called? Pipe cleaners. And I just stuck them through a colander, and we literally spent 20 minutes her just pulling them out. Then I would start to put them back in, and she just kept pulling them out. So it's just things for her to do, get that like mind-hand connection, the coordination going down. Angelica said that she was picking up pizza for us, and she got home, and we were both absolutely starving. So we ate the shit out of that very, very quickly. As you guys know, we are eating healthy, but the thing is, when we moved in here, my parents love carbs. Like, they eat bread all the time. Angelica and I have been trying to remove carbs from our intake, but the thing is, bread is so gosh darn delicious. You can put bread, you can put cheese, you can make sandwiches. Like, I love carbs. They're amazing. But my digestion does not agree with them, so we were doing okay, and then literally like a day or so ago, my stomach was like, listen, we can't keep taking in this many carbs. So I was like, all right, I have to stop, because this is starting to mess with my stomach, and I don't like that. It makes me very uncomfortable to have to be like running to the bathroom a lot. So cleaning it up, we're doing good. It's Valentine's Day, so she's like, what do you want? And I was like, honestly, I would love some pizza. It's been a minute. So we got some Giordano's. For those of you that are unaware with the Chicago style deep dish, Giordano's is the actual deep dish pizza. Some people say it's not pizza. That's fine. You can categorize it however you want. It's delicious. It's like the crust, a huge amount of cheese, and then the sauce on top. I usually like spinach with mine. Angelica wanted to do just cheese, and I was like, cool, meet in the middle. And so she got home, and we ate the hell out of that. And then halfway through eating, like stuffing our faces, she's like, oh, I wanted to record this. And I was like, and then that just reminded me of the Lilo and Stitch scene where he like spits the cake out and it's just like brand new again. And I was like, well, we can record it now. But we were starving, so we're both kind of busy. So I was like, all right, let's just eat now. We'll talk about it later. The baby did not take her second nap. So Angelica's with her in bed right now. She's putting her down, and then she's going to come down and join us again. So we might do some other clips when she comes back down. If we don't, that's all right. Well, this weekend is kind of chill. I have my Saturday classes, and then on Sunday I am teaching a drum making workshop. Some of my students are taking it. They are making a second or third drum. You get to pick the hides. So it's usually deer, elk, horse, buffalo, and then sometimes moose, depending on what's available. And everything we get is sourced from an indigenous owned company. And I'm not going to tell you that because that's kind of just our own little thing that we have going on. But yeah, we'll see how all of that goes tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. The drum making is on Sunday. Saturday is just normal classes, but it's supposed to be snowing again, so we'll see how all that goes. But we'll keep you guys updated. I know I'm kind of glistening right now. I stopped because I got a phone call from my mom. While Angelica gets the baby ready, I basically take care of everything else. So I put all the food away, do all the dishes, sterilize the bottles, kind of just clean up. And yeah, that I got a little moist. But while I wait for Angelica to come back down, I'm going to play some video games. It's my way of unwinding. I love to kind of just relax. As you can see, like the lighting is a bit different. So that's what I'm going to do right now. My friend Adam and I love gaming together, but he's been super busy with work, so I haven't been able to game with him. And because of that, Apex is an online game where you play with other people. It is a battle royale, so you go down in groups, and there's like 50 groups or 25 groups, and then the last one standing wins. But I like to play just like quick games because it allows me to still get some gaming in, but I'm not stuck to playing these like long, like 30 to 40 minute games. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Ooh, gun run. I might actually just record some of it and kind of just see how it goes, because last time I did it, it was very much like a time lapse, because I'm not that great at... I'm good at gaming. I'm not the best, but I don't want to like be like, yeah, I'm the best, I'm a gamer, and then just embarrass myself. But yeah, let's see how it does. I'll do like one round and then see if that's something that resonates. But I love gaming. All right. We got this girl so many presents for Valentine's Day, and this is what she's playing with. Mama's running shoes. So it is Saturday evening. There's my wife. This morning, it snowed overnight, and so this morning was a little chaotic because I'm going to show you guys right now. That is our entire driveway. There's my car. Oh, no, my car is back right. You can see the tracks. There's Angelica's car. So this morning I shoveled all of this. And my back is hurting. Well, my back was hurting, so I had to go do that. And then we got to work, and half of my students did not make it to the first class. So it was just a very chill class. And then the next class was really good. I got a lunch in between, so that was very, very nice. But now we're back at home. We got some food because we were starving, and we ate very, very quickly. And now we're kind of hanging out, playing with our babes. Her second favorite toy today was this pan, so you know how that is. Anything you want to talk about?
No. We're just winding down and having a little time for ourselves this evening. And then tomorrow, I have a full day. You have
Here.
morning.
What are you teaching?
Well, tomorrow I am teaching... Do you want to come in, Bob? I am teaching intuitive mediumship as an intensive course. So it's actually about a 10, 11, 12-week course normally, especially when I teach it online. And I'm kind of condensing it into like a 6-hour class tomorrow. So I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to kind of go through my notes and just see like what the important, aspects, like where I can kind of trim out some of the content, especially when it gets to the mediumship portion. It can be kind of complicated in breaking down the steps of it and actually like having people practice it. I think that that's what takes like the most time. The other part of it that I feel like is really important is helping people understand the actual messages that are coming in. Because I think sometimes people just kind of brush it off, or they're like, oh, I think I saw this, but it didn't really, I don't know, maybe it's that. And it's like, no, those are the messages. So it really is helping people understand the language of how spirit communicates with them and their partnership. And then also just like the actual strategic steps to kind of take for intuitive and also for the mediumship portion. So like I said, it's from like 9 to 4 tomorrow. Hi, bud. And it's going to be really fun. I'm excited about it. I have a nice little class, so we'll see how it goes. So we'll probably show it. And Remy has a drum making class, which is actually fascinating. So you really should do some behind the scenes tomorrow, because making a drum is really, really, really cool. And you have a pretty big size group.
No.
Yeah, you have like 5 people.
It's not a small group. They're my students anyway. So.
They're my students. So we'll take you guys along for tomorrow, but right now we're just kind of relaxing, and we actually have time to ourselves. So we're going to be putting the baby down here to go to bed, and then that's about it. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend.
So it is Sunday morning. Angelica has already left. Her class starts at 9 a.m. My class starts at 10 a.m. So I am here with little Violet. Nice sweater, babes. I'm getting all of our food stuff ready for her and for me. Today's going to be a hard class because we're going to be making drums, so we get to stretch everything out. It's going to be a lot of intensive work. I'm going to sweat a lot, so I'm bringing my elements. Not the whole box, but I'm just preparing everything right now. And then, we're going to keep getting ready, and then I got to finish up. All right, so right here we have the hides soaking in water. We have the frames, and then I have to finish kind of getting the room prepared because we got to take all the cloth off because it's going to get wet. The hides are very wet, and so I'm gonna kind of clean up, and as I do that, I'll keep kind of talking about the drum making part. I need to find the beater. So basically I'm just getting ready for the class before it starts. The hides need to soak the night before so they're nice and malleable, because we receive them and they're still like they're dry. So yeah, I'm gonna keep talking. Hopefully the microphone is catching all of this, but we don't, since this is our classroom, we have this so it looks nice, but we don't want these guys getting soaked in hide water, because the water that soaks in the hides doesn't smell that great. It's not bad. It's not like horrendous, but if you've ever worked with like leather or hide, it's a similar smell. Like if you get leather real wet, it's that smell, but you don't want to get leather wet because that'll ruin your leather. So yeah, I'm just gonna clean this up. These come with the beaters. I think they might be in the frames right now. So this basically gives you a whole kit. You get everything that you need to create your Native American drum. And I know I'm folding very haphazardly right now, and that's okay. It doesn't need to look neat. Again, they're gonna be working on plastic tables, so I need to get the tools out also, actually. So yeah, this is just all in a day's work of a teacher and getting things ready. And I don't know, I keep saying I'm tired. The baby sleeps with us in the bed because she doesn't like to go back to her crib. She's just at that age now where that's a thing. I didn't know. A lot of my parent friends are telling me that's what happens. She was sleeping in her crib fine until, I don't know, a little after a year. And then she decided that she wants to sleep with us, which is fine. We got a king size bed, so it doesn't matter, but she likes to sleep sideways. So she'll either have her head by me and her feet over by Angelica, but 90% of the time it's the other way around. So I'll wake up to just the cutest little foot kicking me in the face, waking me up that way. So that makes getting sleep a little bit more difficult. Let me see if we have the beater stuff in here. Yeah, perfect. So we have the stick, which is a nice branch, the leather that gets wrapped around it, and the inside, the filling that you wrap around. And this is for the handles. So just making sure I have everything ready. And since we treat all of our stuff very sacredly, these used to be animals. Let me turn this around. Over here we have plains sage, which we collected when we were in South Dakota for the Sundance. A very sacred ceremony, not the Sundance Festival, which is stolen from, how the colonizers do. So this is very sacred sage. This is technically the sage you're supposed to be using for when you cleanse and whatnot. You can still use white sage. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, and I gotta clean the board also. Let me see what else we got. I need to get the tools, which, here we go. I'll show you guys. I think I showed you guys this before. Yeah, we got to punch all the holes in there. It takes a lot of strength. This is our wall of goodies. A lot of stones that we use for grids to teach people about stuff. Candles. We have a bunch of the tools and stuff that we need for like despacho ceremonies down here. And then we have pencils, pens, scissors. A lot of stuff that gets donated to us from our students and clients stay up here too, which we end up using in class also. And a lot of students are starting to donate more supplies, which is really, really nice because we teach a lot and we go through markers a lot. So it's very nice when people come in. I just dropped all the markers. So I had this big old stack and now they are, Well, let me show you how they fell. They are right there. Nice and neat, so I'll be able to pick them up. But I'm going to go ahead and finish kind of getting things ready right now before class starts. And then I will maybe show you guys during the class, like how it's done. More behind the scenes stuff. All right, stay tuned. Also, a funny little behind the scenes fact. This isn't a real whiteboard. Like, this isn't the whiteboard that you find in schools. This was just a sheet of plywood that we found somewhere, threw it up and put some... Oh, wait, this thing is on autofocus, so it's following my face around. Let me exit that. Here we go. It's just some trim, so it looks really nice. So yeah, I just need water and a rag because, again, this isn't an actual whiteboard. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this right now. Another little funny tidbit of piece of information. This is why I have it follow me, because when I move around too much, the camera goes like every which way. Before I started teaching, I have a lot of teacher friends, which I absolutely love all of them. They're my favorite. Shout out to Shelby, Amanda, Christy. You guys are all awesome. I forgot who told me this, but I told them that I was going to start teaching the shamanic apprenticeship, the stuff that I, do, because I was a practitioner. I still am a practitioner, but it's just like yoga. I used to be a yogi, and then I took the course to teach it. And then once you start teaching it, you kind of stop doing it. I do have clients here and there, but I've been teaching more, or more often. So I have 3 classes at 3 different levels, and we might open up another one soon. But anyway, when I first told them, I'm like, yeah, I want to start teaching, I'm like really nervous, but I'm also excited. Like, how do you guys deal with like classes and whatnot? One of them was like, when you need to erase the whiteboard, don't go side to side, go up and down. And I was like, why? And she's like, when you go side to side, your whole body jiggles. And she's like, your butt is going to be jiggling as you do it. And I was like, oh, that's why when you saw me cleaning the whiteboard, it was mainly like a lot of up and down. And obviously I have to reach over the table, so I'll do a little bit side to side then. But I thought that was hilarious when she told me that. And I was like, I didn't even think about that, but it's stuff that you learn from experience. So I was happy to have those conversations with them. I need to get a little bit of sage and some shells, or basically just like little incense cups so they can put the ash somewhere, because when the clients or the customers arrive, they need to smudge themselves with the sage, and then they need to smudge their tools, and then they need to smudge their frames and leather or hide, sorry. So everything is harmonized. So everything is in balance when they start working with it. So yeah, I'm going to finish kind of getting that ready, but you guys don't want to see too much of that stuff. Unless you do. If you do, please leave a comment. We would love to know what you guys want to see more. I know right now we're in the middle of winter, and so a lot of what you see is just us in the car or us here. But once spring hits, I have a new offer coming up, which is going to allow us to kind of travel. We want to travel now anyway, but this is something that like we can travel and it's like work related too, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So just bear with us. But if there's other things that you guys would love to see, we would love to hear it from you guys. Please leave any comments. If you have any questions, we would love to answer in the next video. We would love just some interaction. I know there's a lot of you guys are subscribed and watching. If you would love to know anything, we are more than happy to discuss it. I have a shamanic background. Angelica has a mediumship background, but she's also studying the shamanic arts from South and North America. So that is what my father and I teach. So if you guys have any questions, please ask. I'm a teacher. I love answering questions. I love having these conversations. But yeah, let us know. I'm going to get back to working, and just stay tuned.
So I am in the middle of teaching my intensive for intuitive mediumship, and we're about halfway through. We are actually on our lunch break, and it is going so well. It's so much fun. I feel like every time I teach this class, it just like connects deeper and deeper, and I feel like I love watching how people grow throughout it. And sometimes it's just like some of the concepts or some of the strategy, like I think it's great, but also when people really can apply the information and it like the technique or the insight or the perspective or the lesson like really helps to support them in understanding like how they're doing something. And then they get results. And then it's like they start to understand their connection with the other side. And that's like most of the battle, is just like understanding what's coming through and what it means. And that's the part that I spend a lot of time on, and self-healing and things like that. With it being an intensive class, we're not doing as much self-healing as it normally looks when it's like the 12-week course. But still, there's great insight coming through, there's great information coming through, and it's connecting a lot of dots. So with that being said, I actually just made a big batch of hawthorn tea, if you guys can see it, hawthorn berry tea, and I'm just going to bring it into the class. I've been working quite a bit with this berry because there's a lot of heart healing that I'm doing at this time. I think a lot of us are. So I think it'll be a nice little afternoon pick-me-up or space to just kind of nurture for a little bit as we continue into like the actual mediumship portion of the coursework. So I'll take you guys inside, and you can see a little bit of what I share. So that is a wrap on the Intuitive Mediumship Intensive. It went beautifully. It was such a great group, and it just flowed really, really nicely. And I'm really glad that I taught it in this format. I've taught it like in class. I teach it in class like in different levels, and I teach it online in about a 10 to 12 week program. And then, like I said, now teaching it just all day, 9 to 4. It flowed really nicely, and just like how everything built off of itself. I'm really happy with how it went and how everyone did, and everyone did really, really well. I really love watching how like the light bulbs turn on for people when they like learn about their connection and how they perceive messages. It's like the funnest part, and it's always such an interesting thing for me to say, but the best way I could kind of describe this isn't doing anything. It's a gorgeous winter day out. I actually want to show you guys this up here because it's just beautiful. Hold on. Beautiful and wintry that is. Oh my gosh. All right. I had to stop recording because the whole last mile was just solid ice. I've never really experienced that before. I mean, I've driven in some pretty tough weather, but that was just solid ice. I think there were 3 or 4 cars in the ditch, like just abandoned cars. One was getting pulled out by a tow truck, but the rest were just like abandoned on the side. So I was like, we're just gonna focus in on being safe and getting through. So we did. But what I was gonna say is, with mediumship, you know, what's really interesting about it is that on the other side, you know, there's no time. Like, time is just like a human construct here. Time, space, things like that. The theory of relativity. And when you are channeling from the other side, like, your sense of time here gets really muddled. So like, the fact that it was, you know, 6 or 7 hours worth of content and teaching, like, it doesn't feel that way. And I think I said this before in a previous episode, but when I'm doing like a group reading or something and I'm channeling straight for a couple of hours, I start to get a little delirious, especially if, like, if I've worked that day and I've been with clients all day and then I go and do like a group reading, I literally get a little delirious because I lose sense of like where I am, which is probably not like the best. But with that being said, I really have to monitor like how many clients I'm seeing, what I'm doing, how often I'm doing it, making sure that I'm doing the things on my end now to like nurture myself. Like tomorrow, the next 2 days I'm off and I have the chiropractor and I'll be taking it slow and resting and eating nutritious foods and replenishing my body. But I noticed that driving home, I started to get that fatigue and I was like, well, that's right. I've been teaching and we've been channeling like all day. So it makes sense. So I just got home. I'm going to go in. I'm going to see my family because I miss them so much. That was a really long day, which I'm grateful for, but I'm ready to snuggle. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
It's Sunday evening. Angelica got home. She brought home some tacos. We ate. We put the baby down because the baby only had like one nap today. Tomorrow morning we have acupuncture. Chiropractor. I'm tired. We're probably going to cut up this last week into 2 parts just to make things a little bit more digestible, so we're uploading like hour-long videos. Unless, I said in the last scene when we were at work, like, if there's any questions or comments you guys have, please leave them in the comments. We love to interact. We love to teach. We love to talk about what we do. The whole point of making the YouTube channel is so people get back behind the scenes of what we're doing. But still, if there's anything you would like to know, we would love to talk about it.
Yeah, if anything you want to see more of, like certain aspects of ceremonies or things that we do, you know, we'll share what we can. People are curious about it.
Yeah. So we're going to go to sleep. We'll split up into 2 parts. We'll probably just start dropping it like at the beginning of the week and then middle to the end of the week.
We'll figure it out. I'm too tired to think.
Yeah, we're too tired right now. So good night, guys. We will see you guys next week.